Early modernism, or modernist literature, has its origins in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, mainly in Europe and North America. Modernism is characterized by a self-conscious break with traditional styles of poetry, verse, and prose writing. Modernists experimented with literary form and expression, adhering to Ezra Pound's maxim to make it new. The modernist literary movement was driven by a conscious desire to overturn traditional modes of representation and express the new sensibilities of their time. The horrors of the First World War saw the prevailing assumptions about society reassessed. Thinkers such as Sigmund Freud questioned the rationality of mankind. Many modernist writers also shared a mistrust of institutions of power and religion and rejected the notion of absolute truth. Modernist works such as T.S. Eliot's The West Land 1992 were increasingly self-aware, introspective, and explored the darker aspects of human nature. Modernist ideas dominated literature and art between the years of 1910 and 1920, also known as the early modernist period. However, the movement continued to gain massive popularity during the 1920s, when American writers such as Ernest Hemingway, F. Scott Fitzgerald, T.S. Eliot, and Ezra Pound began to produce groundbreaking new works. The term late modernism is often used to describe works written between 1930 and 1945, as William Carlos Williams and Ralph Ellison would garner a lot of literary acclaim. Early modernist writers, especially those writing after World War I and disillusionment that followed, broke the implicit contract with the general public that artists were the reliable interpreters and representatives of mainstream bourgeois culture and ideas, and instead developed unreliable narrators exposing the originality at the roots of a supposedly rational world. Modernist writers were also well known for using the stream of consciousness style of writing, which attempted to recreate the natural flow of a character's thoughts. This often created a jumbled, non-linear novel structure, which forced the reader to truly enter the minds of the characters. This often created a jumbled, non-linear novel. Irishman James Joyce perfected stream of consciousness in his epic novel, Ulysses, but American writers such as William Faulkner, Catherine Ann Porter, and John Dos Passos used this style as well. The Poets of the Images movement, founded by Ezra Pound in 1910 as a new poetic style, gave modernism its early start in the 20th century, and were characterized by a poetry that favored a precision of imagery and brevity and free verse. This idealism, however, ended with the outbreak of World War I, and writers created more cynical works that reflected a prevailing sense of disillusionment. Led by the likes of Gertrude Stein, many American writers were expatriates living in various places in Europe. mostly Paris, France. Stein opened her home to many artists, including Hemingway, Fitzgerald, Sherwood Anderson, and perhaps the most famous artist of the 20th century, Pablo Picasso. She was also famous for coining the phrase, the lost generation, used to describe the American expatriates making their home outside of the U.S.